gonna cut that short this time. It's your boy Real. Real moment, you know. Like I said, I'll get around to naming these later. So there's something I want to talk about. The holidays just ended. Well, not the holidays. Thanksgiving itself just passed. I personally didn't do anything. I didn't leave the house. I didn't interact with family at all. Literally at all. And I have a bunch of reasons as to why. But primarily because family is frustrating. You know? Family is so frustrating because it shouldn't be. And it seems like all the things that should be the simplest are the most difficult, you know? All the things that should be so easy are the things that are the most difficult things to deal with. What do I mean? So, family, they're your loved ones, you know? People you grew up with, you know, people you went through some stuff with, you know? It's your family, right? So when it comes to family, there's certain things that you expect and don't expect. Now, every family's got their shit. All right? But my thing is, sometimes it's too much shit. You know? Like, in my family, for example, there is a lot of, like, bitterness or, like, presumed bitterness, which is worse to me. Presumed bitterness is awful because it's like someone sitting around assuming that you're sitting around thinking negative things about them, which is what they are currently doing, and they're almost like acting on it. You know, like they're almost acting on how they assume you out there feeling. And that's that bull. You know what I'm saying? That's that bull. You know? Because then you got a tense situation. And I've been there. I've been in situations where I haven't, like, for example, like, let's say, you know, you and a family member haven't spoken in a while, right? It's been a couple months, right? But the last time y'all kind of spoke, it wasn't necessarily beef, but y'all didn't walk away on the best terms, okay? So it wasn't like y'all was like, you know, fuck you, next time I see you it's popping or it's on or anything like that. It was just like, you know what? You's a bitch. I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Something like that. So that was the last time we saw each other. Now, I believe, just me personally, that if you didn't make... First of all, it all has to start from love. Okay, so before I get down there, it all has to start from love. So I believe that if you love a person and you can trust that that person loves you, and that therein lies the problem. Trusting that an individual loves you back. All right, even in family. All right, because you'll do nice things for a person, or you'll be there for your cousin, your sister, your brother, or whomever, because that's your family. But when the shoe's on the other foot, you don't trust that they will be there for you. You know, you don't trust that they're gonna hold you down, have your back, or whatever it is. You don't trust it. So, a lot of problems with families, people don't trust the love in family, and so you and this person, y'all ain't talked in a minute. The last time, it wasn't necessarily beef, but it may have been yo, use a bitch or fuck you or something like that. And that was the last time y'all talked. Just wasn't on the best of terms. So the next time you see each other, now, in that stead, what should have happened, if y'all didn't reach out to each other, which is what should have happened, like nobody should have been fanning the flames, right? Because it's supposed to be all LOVE, right? So it's like nobody should have been sitting there, and I bet this motherfucker over here doing this, or I bet she doing this, or I bet he doing that. Like, but that's what happens. You know, the other person, because they're not talking to each other, they sitting there making it all up in their head. Or they gassing it up when they talking to somebody else. I try not to do that. Try not to. I try not to do that. Or if it troubles me that much, I'll just hit the person up, like, yo, and just kind of feel them out. You know what I'm saying? Or let's hash it. But like, building tension and animosity, like, that causes a problem, because that causes a wedge between your family. And family's supposed to be simple. Like, even if it was a fuck you the last time you talked, the next time you talk, it should be as simple as, hey, yo, we good? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Because we shouldn't have built up a case against each other. I shouldn't have been sitting around pillow talking with my significant other, if that's the case, or calling up all the other cousins, if that's the case, or just running around the streets talking to my friends, if that's the case, about whatever happened between you and me. Because that's our love that was put, in the line of fire. So we got to be out there nurturing it, nursing it, and, bringing it back to health, us. So when it comes to family life, it's so stressful because there's always somebody thinking what somebody else is thinking, And I'm not that type of person. Like, I try not to say too much fucked up shit behind a person's back, because I like to say that I will say whatever I say behind your back to your face. So I try not to say too much fucked up shit. And it's not fair getting an ass whooping. It's just because I give a fuck about you as an individual. I don't want to just say horrendous things. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be mean and cruel and nasty behind your back for no reason. And then a lot of times it's something that was taken out of context. Like, what happens is family is, for some reason, instead of standing unified, we stand as individuals, which makes no sense. Because nobody wants to give ground. Like, everybody wants to be right. Somebody has to be dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? We supposed to be all in here together. Like, why do you have to dominate over this or dominate over that? Like, come on. Like, I've been wrong, and I got a big cousin, and I've been wrong in arguments that I've had with him. Dead wrong. Right? And he's called me. Hey, yo, man, we need to talk. And I was wrong, but he still reached out to me. He didn't wait for me to see the errors of my ways and then call him, because that builds up animosity. He just called me, we need rap. Like, I feel like I've said this before to whoever's listening. I'm telling you, man, I was blessed to be brought up around for real, loving, like, homies. You feel me? Like, family and big cousins and stuff like that. Like, not all of them. But the ones that I'm real tight with, man, they show me love. And they always have. And they showed me, even if I didn't always follow it, because don't get it twisted, all lessons are life-learned lessons, and it takes a long time to learn a lesson. I don't give a fuck. All right? Iteration works on small children, and it works on adults, too. That's why it seems like the same shit keep happening to you over and over and over and over again, because it takes a long time to learn a lesson, because you got to get in every form. You got to get it in blue, yellow, green, small, medium, large, hot, cold, warm. You have to learn every aspect of a lesson, you know what I mean, before you learn it, because you're going to get it in a different way and it's going to get you. So you got to keep, whatever. But like for me, you know what I'm saying? The iteration was these, like, people keep coming, bailing me out of myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll sit there and I'm telling you, I'm the best. I grew up with all women. I'm the best at it. Like, I'll create a whole story. I'll have cast of characters. I know where you was, what you did. Oh yeah. Everybody does it. Don't get it confused. Don't get it mistaken. Everybody does it. Right? You make up all this shit in your mind. All of these things happen. Oh, they probably sitting around doing this right now. They probably sitting around doing that right now. Nah, man. That's not how you gotta be. Okay? So, in the spirit of the holidays, because we got Christmas coming, call that person that you feel like you got a problem with. Call them, yo. And I don't care if the conversation don't go well. For real. Because sometimes the conversations don't go well. But you know what they prayerfully will understand is that you cared enough to reach out. I'm telling you. Like, people have reached out to me, right? And it didn't go well. Or we bumped heads for like 45, 35 hours and days. But after all the dust finally settled from whatever it was, it's the best feeling in the world. Because you came back for me. Excuse me, I don't mean to get emotional, but that means something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it means something when The chips is down. It ain't nothing but anarchy and chaos. But you look through all the smoke and you can see that one familiar face running. Running. Through all the shit right to where you are. Could leave you there. You be alright. The smoke will clear, the dust will settle, and you'll be okay. But they would have been all the way over there and they left you in the middle of it. They didn't. They came right back in the middle of it. Grabbed you up, drug you out. You got to love like God loves. You got to forgive. You got God forgives. You have to understand that way. You're never going to do it. You're never going to succeed. Because we can't. It's God. But it's easier. It's easier. And I'm telling you, like somebody said something to me recently as an apology. They said, I'm just angry all the time. You know what? I'm angry all the time. And I mean really pissed. And there are things that are sitting, teetering constantly on the edge of my sanity that I think about for a millisecond, and then I'm uncontrollably filled with different types of emotion. So, have faith. Be better. Because your emotions, you can't trust them. I'm sorry. Sometimes you can, but largely you need to pray about that first. God, I'm feeling angry. I don't know if this is right, but I'm telling you. Because when it comes to family, stop building wedges and start building bridges. Stop making excuses and start making a damn difference. Because I'm telling you some real stuff. I am so sick of there always being an excuse for something to be terrible. Like you will find an excuse to have allowed something to become awful. Think about that. You will think long and hard about why it was okay to allow that thing to become awful. Why it was okay to allow that thing to fester and grow more and more, treacherous. You make up those excuses instead of figuring out how you could have just made a difference. Because you didn't want to be first. Or because you didn't want to be the one to look stupid. Well, damn it, I'm telling you, yo. In my life, I'm thankful for all the morons. All the dummies. All the idiots that came in and out of my existence looking stupid. Because I'm telling you right now, I would rather be known for telling people to have faith, keep going, keep loving, and do it in God's name. Do it in Jesus' name. Than to be known for the harborer of negativity. To be known as the person that only kept building wedges in my family between me and my loved ones. So as you go forward in this holiday season, call that person. Reach out. Talk to them. Be stupid. Look dumb. Look dumb for the person you love. Because it ain't about you. It's about that love. Because none of us feel right. That's where the bitterness comes from. Because it don't feel good. It's not comfortable. Ain't nothing about it comfortable. So, don't do what I did. And sit by yourself and hate it. Because you couldn't be braver. Because you couldn't be smarter. Because you couldn't look dumb. That's it. And I'm out.